Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. If it is your first time on this channel, welcome. If it is your second or third time, it is always a pleasure having you around. My name is George Kingoro and I speak about matters finance, investment, how you can be able to invest, grow and see your financial future go higher and higher. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to speak to African diasporans out there in the world, in Europe, in Asia, in the Americans, and out of Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to listen to me and have an objective mind, because what I'm going to tell you is going to transform the continent of Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, I have worked abroad. I am actually abroad. And I can tell you for a fact that indeed your contributions are so important. Case in point, do you know that the African diasporans, the Kenyan people out of Kenya, contribute so much more to the acquisition of other foreign countries into the country? In fact, the Kenyan diasporans are the single biggest source of foreign currency exchange into the country. We are bigger than whatever export we export out of the country. Ladies and gentlemen, we are not to be ignored. The value that we bring to the continent is immense. Ladies and gentlemen, why should you invest in Africa? So the first thing is you are big and your effect is highly great. In other countries apart from Kenya, the amount of money that African people outside there send into the continent is so much that it is considered a major source of income. So our impact is great because we are big and we contribute greatly to the economy. However, that is information you can be able to get. Let me now speak about things that are even going to shock you. Do you know that every dollar you send back home or euro you send back home brings more than threefold benefit to the continent of Africa? Did you know that? Do you know that the impact that money brings to the continent is so great and so far-fetched? I can tell you about a story about a friend who was building her mom a home back home. This lady would send money to build this house. Do you know they built this house, and after it was finished, the mom would communicate with her and tell her, do you know the impact that this house has had to the local community? Do you know the jobs that it has created for the local artisans? Do you know that even the local hardware has doubled in the things that they are now offering? They have a bigger range of things that they are offering, not just cement and the other supplies, but they have doubled. Why? Because when we started doing this project and because we were sourcing locally and we are employing locally, we were able to provide jobs and we were able to spur up the economy of this small shopping center. Ladies and gentlemen, that one house, even though it was a big house, was able to spur up the economy of that shopping center and shopping area. The money that you send and the investments that you make have a tenfold impact on the economy of your local area in your place where your parents stay and where you are investing. Ladies and gentlemen, the impact that your money send is directly proportional by far to the benefits that accrue to the continent. Ladies and gentlemen, the other thing that you do when you send this money, you are able to prop up the value of your local currency. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, when the currency, your local currency against the foreign currency is gauged, they look at the demand. Whichever currency is in high demand, that value goes up. And because you are sending your money in your other currency, dollars and euros and yuans and whatever, because you are sending it back home, the value of the Kenya shilling or the Uganda shilling or whichever other African currency goes up, because a lot of money is coming into the country. So increase the value of your local currency, because by increasing the value of your local currency, you make the local people be able to import machines and components that could be able to help in the development of the country. Ladies and gentlemen, this is something that you should consider as being highly important. The other thing, ladies and gentlemen, you should be able to consider about how important your investments are there's something called the backwash and spread effects. Ladies and gentlemen, whatever amount of money you make out there, ladies and gentlemen, you should be able to spread the benefit of that into the country, ladies and gentlemen. 1,000 euros may not make a big difference to an economy in Europe. However, that 1,000 euros at home could be able to provide employment to several people. So ensure that when you go out there, that whatever money that you make, that you spread that benefit back at home. Ensure there is a backwash effect to the money that you make. The other thing, ladies and gentlemen, ensure that there is also an effect on the acquisition of knowledge. So you have gone out here, you have acquired the knowledge. Ensure that there is a knowledge transfer from where you live to where you came from, and ensure that locals at home benefit. If you are there and can be able to access reading materials and books and clothes and things like that, ensure that every time you travel back, you bring them back. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, you are at a position of power. When things are being thrown away out here, ensure that you get as much things that can be able to be of value to your local community and bring them there. The other thing, ladies and gentlemen, is by you ensuring that you are successful out here, ensuring that you are a person who is in a position to inspire somebody. You are inspiring your local communities. Ladies and gentlemen, every time you go back home, people always say, I want to be successful like so and so. So you have an effect because of your position here. Ensure that you do not involve yourself in things that are illegal and are controversial, because indeed there are kids who are looking out for you to continue inspiring them. Ladies and gentlemen, the other thing that you should ensure that you do investments back at home, because the investments that you bring, because you invest not through institutions and through governments, when you invest locally, you're going to bring more equitable benefits to the local community. If you are constructing and are building locally, the people who are benefiting are the people who are the downtrodden and the poor in society. So that is how equitable the investments that you make beyond institutions are, because you are trying to correct an imbalance in the value of wealth between the very rich and the very poor. So when you will invest and you invest local, you bring a great benefit to the local people. So ladies and gentlemen, if you thought that you do not have an impact, you have a great impact. Continue investing, continue consolidating, and remember, don't spend your money out here. Remember, send your money back home and invest locally, ladies and gentlemen, because when you invest locally, you are going to bring rise to a greater Africa, and you are going to bring benefits that go beyond that amount of money that you send home. So thank you for listening to me. I hope that you have taken this call of action and you're going to invest, and you are going to provide employment, and you're going to give an impact, and you're going to encourage local children, and you're going to build Africa. Let's build Africa, because there's no one else who will. Not the politicians and not the foreign powers. We are the ones who are going to do it. So thank you and enjoy your day.